Hey Pacific Northwest family, it's Miguel Gutierrez here with Commissioner Emily Klaus, Thurston County District 5. Emily Klaus, who are you?
Who is she? Hey everyone, I'm Emily Klaus, Thurston County Commissioner for District 5. I'm a lifelong Thurston County resident, the daughter of a union nurse and parents who owned 2 small businesses. I'm a graduate of North Thurston High School and a proud alumna of South Puget Sound Community College and the University of Washington, Tacoma, where I earned my bachelor's degree in psychology with a minor in global engagement. I'm a nonprofit founder, former WFC 443 worker, and now county commissioner.
Solidarity!
Solidarity, WFC 443.
Can you tell us really quickly about your priorities in office?
Yeah, absolutely. So my top 3 priorities are addressing the affordability crisis in housing, climate justice, and making sure we're up to date and catching up on our climate mitigation collaborative plans and goals, and fiscal transparency and accountability, which is arguably the most important of the 3. And fiscal transparency is where everything really has to start with the government, because if people don't know where their tax dollars are going, they're less likely to trust and engage with civic opportunities. And that's really important because we want people to be engaged. We want people to understand where their tax dollars are going, how to read a line item county budget. These are things that every single citizen deserves the opportunity to learn about. And we can't do that unless we really have ambitious goals as a county, which include things that I'm working on, like developing a budget subcommittee. So county commissioners can work with other partners in the system, like the auditor and the budget staff, and maybe even some community accountability seats for people who are interested. And everyone could come together and really dig deep into certain pieces of the budget, because the county operates a $1 billion budget, and that's a lot. So having the ability to fully understand the scope of that budget and everything within it is something that every community member deserves. So those are some of my priorities.
$1 billion?
$1 billion
with a
budget.
B.
Yes, with a B.
What can we do as citizens, as everyday people, to make the world a better place?
That's a great question. You know, it all starts with community coming together, building opportunities, coalition building. That real in-person human connection is something that I'm always going to advocate for and strive for, because in a time where we're being told by corporations and mainstream media that we're more connected than ever, we actually see a social isolation crisis. And we've actually declared it as a public health crisis here in Thurston County, because people are feeling so isolated. People who are homebound, young people who don't have healthy opportunities to connect with one another. We see suicide fatalities going up. In fact, over the last 2 years since I've been commissioner, in my first year as commissioner, I learned that suicide fatalities had doubled, and last year they almost doubled again. Wow. Other fatalities are either staying static or some are decreasing, like our overdose fatalities, thankfully, are decreasing in Thurston County, and others are, staying pretty static, but suicides are going up every year exponentially. And this is a huge indicator of social isolation as a public health crisis. And mental health, is one of the biggest factors that people are thinking about. We did a community health assessment here in Thurston County where we surveyed a statistically significant amount of people. We're getting the results back here pretty soon. But what we know is that the #1 health issue that most people are concerned about is mental health. And in the past, it's been, budget-related fears. But right now, everyone's really focused on mental health. And that's because it's a huge need. So we should get off our screens. We should get off our phones more often. Hitting like or sending a meme is not real human connection. We need to follow up with real face-to-face interaction, or at least, over the phone or FaceTime or some other video call if you're not close to someone physically. But that real human connection is something that's lacking. So we need to create opportunities for community care and community accountability. And one thing that I've noticed is a lot of people are so quick to cancel other people for making a mistake. We have to allow for opportunities for repair, and that's something that I see as lacking in many of the circles that I'm in.
Right, so get out, touch the grass,
yep,
as the kids say nowadays.
Yep.
I also heard a rumor, it's not really a rumor, it's for real, that you were a military analyst in the Army. Are you allowed to tell me about that stuff, or is that like spy stuff?
Yeah, well, it is spy stuff, but I can talk about some of it because classifications don't last forever. I did have a top secret security clearance, but most of the top secret information that I learned has become, declassified since then. But Without getting into the nitty gritty, I can say I joined the military. I enlisted when I was 17, left for basic training right after I turned 18, and then got deployed to the Middle East right after I turned 19. And I was deployed in Kuwait and Saudi Arabia. I worked in an armored brigade, which is considered to be a combat unit, and women weren't allowed to be in those units until the year I joined. So
Wow.
there were very few women in a battalion of over 700 men, but it was quite the experience. And the job itself was really fun, and it's where I got a lot of my analytical skills that I still use today.
I think that's our time. Hey, solidarity?
Solidarity!